And now I'm talking about Alex Pulk, the startup maker who will share some light for us on this unknown sphere of small projects, so-called startups. He will tell us how to embody your idea in the real project, into something you can feel, into something you can sell. What's more, you can earn on it. So thanks to Alex, we will know how to monetize our startups correctly and how to create successful projects of them. So let's welcome Alex Pulk with loud applauses.
choose opt number 2, a user plan is created just for you. If you're a believer in the first approach, I'm sure the algorithm I use will help you too. So, at this point, we need to dig into the analysis and evaluation of games to determine the logic of their monetization model and how they take the players from engagement to purchases. As a result, we form a mind map on which you see the client's path through the funnel of your competitors. Next, the data obtained needs to be summarized to identify the components most successful competitors leverage to convert the audience into purchases. You can see an example on the slide on the screen. All these components must be combined into blocks and assigned its rating of influence on the player's motivation to make purchases. That is, you prioritize what need to be implemented first and what will have the greatest impact on the players. This way, you form a comparison between an ideal 100% ready to monetize product and the rating of your game at a particular moment. The exams show that the game on the slide, according to our estimates, currently has the probability of monetization no higher than 31%. In the future, this indicator will be used as a starting point for testing the monetization model. And now it's time to go to the next step, and this next stage is soft launch. Soft launch is one of the ways to test your game and explore all aspects of its marketing without getting into big expenses. Typically, a soft launch is conducted into a country that is more similar to the target market, but smaller in size and cheapest in terms of user acquisition cost. Soft launch divided into two main stages: retention and monetization launch. The logic is to make sure that during the retention launch, the created product is simply interested to users and can retain them. After all, you will agree that it will be strange to hope that players convert into purchases if the game doesn't work and gets boring after the first session. If the retention stage is completed successfully, we move on the next stage of soft launch, it's monetization. Looking ahead, I will say that after monetization, there is a stage of hard launch or global launch. At the hard launch, we scale all previous prepared marketing campaign and expand into global international market. And like retention launch, where you work with cheapest region, I recommend testing monetization on audience from target region. This will allow you to take care of two things at once. So first, on the one hand, if we are talking about purchasing traffic, for example, through meta ads, this will allow you to train algorithm of purchasing traffic for the most valuable events in your application. On the other hand, the test result will accurately reflect your product's monetization potential. So imagine that monetization tests have started. I sincerely congratulate you guys, but it's too early to relax because we have to collect in interpretation the data ahead of us. At this stage, my lecture will hardly help you. It's true. Here you will have to act dependent to the situation. The only thing I recommend to you is to organize clear and fast cycles: testing, data cutting, interpretation, changes, and testing again. For example, in our work, we use 7-day cycles when we test changes for 7 to 10 days, and then we make changes in the product for the next 7 to 10 days, and so on. And now let's imagine one morning. You come to the meeting with your team and see CEO with a slight grin on his face. You notice how tears rolling down from the CTO eyes, and the CEO briefly informs the team that our game monetizes the audience within the Planet financial model. What's wonderful news? You can take a swing with the saber to open your celebration champagne bottle. However, don't rush to write out all. However, don't rush to write out all your marketing budget and scale your success. Do control testing, guys. In simple words, double check yourself. To do this, you should launch a traffic campaign to a new audience that has not previously interacted with your application and collect control values. It's also reasonably to conduct this control testing on a wide list of geos and to test the proven monetization model in different regions. Based on the test results, you will understand whether you are ready for a hard launch or not. There's also one important thing that I want to emphasize. So even though a soft launch is much smaller in scale compared to a global launch, it will require a huge amount of energy and intellectual resources from your team. Therefore, you should not underestimate soft launch. The soft launch will determine the success of global launch. And remember, the first impression on the market can only be made once. So don't rush to hard launch. It's better to look before you leap. And let's summarize the proposed monetization testing algorithm. So first, define monetization model. Look how competitors implemented it. Create a list of hypotheses, the implementation of which will presumably increase our chances to convert players into purchases. Successfully pass retention test at level not lower than included in the financial model of the game. Test monetization hypothesis on a limited audience within the target geo. Organize fast testing cycles, and once the required metrics are reached, conduct control testing on a completely new audience and geos. And the last one, if the result obtained satisfy us, move to the global campaign. So guys, thank you for your attention. This concludes my report, and I'm ready to answer for a few questions if you have. Please do not hesitate to ask me if you're interested in some details. I'm ready and I'm open, so please ask me.
Any questions? Not a lot of them.
Okay, guys. Yes, I see the hand.
Yeah, hello, Alex. Thank you for exciting presentation. I have a very interesting question regarding the audiences that we have to choose when we're testing the monetization hypothesis. Do you have some advices like what group of countries should we do it on each stage? For example, if we do the retention test at the beginning on the tier 2 countries, for example, can we share the same logic into the tier 1 countries? So, for example, if game have successful retention and monetization metrics in Netherlands, Turkey, etc., is it 100% sure that it will work in US market and another tier 1 countries? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. I think I understand what you want to ask me. So, look, first of all, if you say about retention launch, it means that our product is not ready for 100%, and we understand. So when we do retention launch, we understand that the big part of the audience will leave our product and will uninstall our application. So you're right. For example, if our target market is tier 1 country, it's logical and right to do retention tests on the English-speaking countries, but with lowest budget for acquisition cost. Of course, I think it's not. I'm not open you some new ideas that we do retention tests. For example, if our target market is USA, we do target test on Philippines, on Indonesia, English-speaking country. Here, you also ask me that is it data that we obtained, is it relevant? Because in Philippines people and USA citizens, it's a different type of gamers. Yes, you are right. So when we complete retention test of our game, for example, in cheapest region, we can try to transfer our data and transfer our marketing budget to test on a tier 1 country. And it's a good strategy because you are right. The data that you obtain only, for example, in Philippines could make some mistakes on your decision about the target market. But first of all, and I'm emphasizing it, the first of all of retention launch, we tried to do on the lowest regions, such as English-speaking Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia.
Yeah, so actually, the question mostly were about if we received a good result on retention test in Philippines, for example, should we do the same retention test in the tier 1 countries first, then do small monetization test on tier 1 countries, and only then expand our marketing budgets to the whole audience? Or for example, should we do the monetization test in Philippines, and if it's okay, can we share this result with new steps?
Thank you for your question. I think I'm not clear answer you. So first, the step 1, we do retention tests on the cheapest region, not your target region. Then we try to take proof about retention test on your tier 1 region. And monetization launch we do only on your target region, because first of all, the country of tier 3 in this country is very low purchasing activities, and you in perspective you have an opportunity to obtain data about in-app purchasing with this audience. So yes, monetization launch we should do only on your target market, but when you can also some for example possibilities to divorce your test. For example, if your target market is Europe and UK, you can, for example, for monetization launch take the country from the tier 1 or 2, for example, Finland. It's the country that have some same customers' activities as UK citizens, but this country is more lower in acquisition cost than UK. But of course, the monetization test should be provided also on the target region, because these guys should buy, should do purchasing in your application. And the second one main story is that when you do monetization launch, you give your traffic algorithm to study to the audience that you want to scale marketing campaign during the hard launch.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Alex. I guess now it's clear for all of us. If there is no more questions, then I guess this finishes up our first presentation of the day. And start clapping if you liked Alex memes. Yes, we did.
Thank you, friends. I very enjoyed spending time with you at Game Gathering. So if you have some additional question, please you can go to this QR code on my LinkedIn, and I'll happy to answer you if you are interested in. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.